So one of the biggest issues that I'm seeing is that there's a lot of people that they're teaching the Wing Chun. They love it. They absolutely love it. The problem is, can your love actually overdo with new students? Can it actually put too much burden on them? I've actually had that problem. So what are we trying to do in the future? What are we wanting to do? Anytime, like for example, anytime you do like a double hand technique, let's say you're doing Quan Sao. Well, one thing is, what is the techniques that are used in Quan Sao? Like, let's start at that point first. So one, we have a Tan Sao. And you know, there's only a point that this center line and this Tan Sao only does so much. So then there's the shoulder line Tan Sao, right? So we know that the technique can go more outside of the body if you do shoulder line Tan Sao. Well, what else? That tells me that this center line Tan Sao, if I was to meet the technique here, I can spread it out to this point so I can have an attack here. This is simple basics everybody needs to get. Everybody needs to understand. Don't try to over teach. Don't try to overly excite. Sometimes all of that just does too much. When you're doing the low bong, did they even learn regular bong yet? Can they get that structure of regular bong? Do they know that there is a go bong or high bong sao? Like this method. Do they know that skill? Do they know that this bong only does so much for so long? Do they know how to turn that wrist into the technique to have a good structured bong sao? Do they know that with this, there are times when it's better to move the hips or twist the horse? They have to twist the horse to an angle of 45 from where they're at. So this is me being straightforward. This is my 45 from right here. Do they know how to do that? Or are these students, are these people you teach, are they just doing this even with a ring, no matter how smooth it is? Another thing that people don't realize is getting out of the line of fire, okay? Now, it's harder for me to show or introduce that right now because I don't have a wooden dummy in front of me. But please try to, if you can find a wooden dummy, get in front of a wooden dummy and let me clear it out for you, okay? Let me help you out. You have two arms like this with the idea that they actually go like this. You have a punch or lower technique here and a leg here. So you have these structures here, okay? Now, if I'm just doing this, I am clanking against wood. I may be blocking someone's hand, but it's the hand being stopped from punching me. That's the question. When sometimes no matter how good you are, if you just block them like here, you're still gonna get hit in the line of fire. I have this low bong across my navel on good center line, and it was still hit. It will still get past. So now you have to teach them what? Turning the horse, Chi Ma, turning the horse 45. Why? Because then whatever technique that is here is going to go past them or has a better chance of going past them. Does that make sense? When you have your students do this low bong, Tan Sao, Quan Sao, do they know that they have a regular bong and Tan Quan Sao? They have this motion where they don't have to do low. They don't have to go low. If something comes low, they can put their knee up to protect their stomach and lower extremities. Are you teaching them that? Are you teaching them that they should not go no further past the waist? They shouldn't block anything lower than this waist. If they do, they're suffering gravity, and now they're going to be attacked at the head. They're going to be attacked at the throat. This is why normally in most Wing Chun schools, we do more of this. We have a lean back, we keep up straight, we only block so far, and we stop it right there. At the forearm level, we stop it right there. We stop it right here. We're not trying to really block with the hand so much, except for a few techniques like gum sao or whatever, or pak sao even. But when you're doing like low bone, do they understand it's just forearm? Are they doing that? See, this is the problem. What happens when you take away the basics of the skill and then you just give students whatever. I'm not just talking about my people that are teaching. I'm talking about all of y'all. Sunam Dao can outbeat any BUG technique. Chum Q is only as good as his shifting horse. Sunam Dao is the king or master of the skill of Wing Chun that even the swords and the pole cannot defeat. And if you don't have regular basics, you can't even freaking Chi Sao, which is the blood, the life blood of Wing Chun. So you're already, without basics, you're already murdering the system for which we stand.